Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Ask Aaron, a podcast designed to fix your pickleball drama. Well, first off, season's greetings to all the listeners of Ask Aaron, whether you're celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa this week. I wish you all the best. However, one loyal listener named Bill is sitting around the tree a little disappointed because a drill session with another local player has been quite challenging to schedule. So we're going to get right to his question. Aaron, first off, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and I love your podcast. Well, thank you, Bill. Very thoughtful of you. Here's my dilemma. I was supposed to drill with a player named Dawson, but he gave me the excuse that his parents were in town and he would be occupied with them the following day, the day we were supposed to drill, even though we previously agreed to the date and time. I want to let this go, but this is the second time it's happened. I think this is the classic, I'm too good to waste an hour drilling with you move. But the reality should be that I'm giving him an opportunity to fine-tune his shots and dial in his technique. Very good point. When I make appointments with intermediate or beginners, I'm always good for my word about showing up. How do I approach this seeming dismissal from Dawson or make him realize that he ought to reach back out and make up for it with another scheduled drill session? Very good question. A bit of an editorial there, but very good question, and I'm going to give you my best answer. Yeah, I can relate. You schedule a drill session, you get everything lined up, and then all of a sudden, oh, my parents are in town. Oh, my shoulder's hurt. Oh, my girlfriend told me I had to walk the dog, and it all goes down the tubes. And it's very frustrating when you get, an audible from somebody like Dawson last minute, because your most valuable resource is your time, and that's wasted. So an hour or two down the toilet, and maybe sometimes you can find somebody to drill with you last minute, but then you're scrambling and texting, and that chews up your time. So either way, whether you lose out on the drill session or you're scrambling to find somebody, very annoying problem. I can relate to it, Bill. And this brings up a really important core principle of Ask Aaron. Flakiness and drilling do not go well together. And deep down, if it was a more appealing activity, Dawson would be there. So I set up rec games all over Kansas City. And if I don't mention who's playing, they think it's kind of an Aaron thing. I'm an okay player, but I'm not a great player. A lot of the guys are like, yeah, maybe I can make it. They're not responding to my text. But if I there's a player named Good Phil, and if I put Good Phil is playing, who's a really good player, he's never flaky, wonderful guy. Trust me, those flaky guys, they're like concrete bricks. They are committing that game right away, okay? They're going to get there early and hit. Maybe they want to get a drill session before the game. Trust me, you will see an amazing transformation if you put a really good player is coming, okay? So that's how you spot out some of this flakiness. So let's break down what's going in the mind of somebody like Dawson. I think the best case scenario for him is he's one of these guys, he's quick to respond on text. He's not really looking at his calendar. Yeah, I'm in on Wednesday. A couple days later, it's like, oh, crap, my girlfriend told me I have to go to this party, or, oh, that's right, mom and dad are coming in town. He's just not the best at, looking at his calendar while committing to things by text. Okay, that's being generous to him. Also, he could be one of these people who is always looking for a better social opportunity. So he's just committing to various things by text. And the moment a more appealing option comes, he will drop the thing he's doing with you and do something different that's more appealing. So maybe you got a text about, I don't know, somebody like me telling him, hey, Good Phil's looking for a rec game. You want to play Thursday at 4? And then all of a sudden your drill session that same day gets canceled because, his shoulder's hurting a little bit. And then all of a sudden his shoulder just seems to be a whole lot better for that rec game with Good Phil. Okay, so that could be going on too. And there's a third option, which is he really doesn't want to drill with you, but he just doesn't want to tell you he doesn't want to drill with you. So what he's doing is kind of, breadcrumbing. Those who are unfamiliar with the parlance of our times, breadcrumbing is when you seem enthusiastic about doing something with somebody, but you never really made concrete plans to actually do it. So you give them false hope. So very common in the dating scene these days, but it's trickling into pickleball. And I call it picklecrumbing, okay? And I have a good working definition for picklecrumbing. Picklecrumbing, maybe a noun, maybe a verb, I don't know. When a player repeatedly agrees to drill, cancels last minute, and keeps you just engaged enough not to move on without ever actually committing to you. Okay, so that's a good working definition. But let's go to some concrete examples of what this might look like. Could be like, hey man, I'm sorry, I can't do it now. Something came up, but yeah, I got to dial in this new paddle. So I'll text you next week, and you never hear back. That's one example. But a more crafty one would be when if they kind of complimented you to make you feel good about yourself and kind of use that as a disguise. Okay, so could be like, yeah, man, your backhand dink is so good. Got to get some high quality reps in. But man, that the wife was kind of getting on me for some DIY projects around the house. So I get those done and I'll give you a call. And then, you never hear. So I have a great strategy to see if Dawson will drill with you once and for all. First off, don't give him the satisfaction of your irritation. I would just be like, hey, man, totally understand it's a busy season. Then I would give him 3, 4, 5 different options for drilling over a couple week period. So fire that off, be like, hey, man, hey, Tuesday, Meadowbrook Park, 2:00, what are you up to? And if that doesn't work, got some other options. I got some court time at SW19, 7 a.m. to 8, get an early morning session. Maybe I'll bring some coffee and donuts. Give them some different options there because it's kind of hard to say no to 4 or 5 options. So if he says no to all of those, okay, that's your answer there. You move on. But hopefully he says yes to one of them and you get those high quality drilling reps in, which I know that's what you want. Speaking of options, there are a lot of options to help pickleball planter. Okay. We take financial contributions. We can take those by credit card. We can take that in person. I can pick up a check by the end of the year. Happy to do that. We take paddles. Would love to get some paddles by the end of the year. Learn more about the mission of Pickleball Planner at pickleballplanner.com. We have lots of options for you to give. All right, getting back to Bill's question here. Definitely some penalty flags I'd like to throw here. Dawson, definitely kind of a delay of commitment penalty, maybe 5 or 10 drilling sessions with Bill as your punishment for canceling on him. So, and then there could be some, pickle crumbing going on here. We can't prove it, but, if that drill session doesn't come in, that could be 15 drilling sessions with Bill. So maybe get that drill sesh in, please. And more penalties will not apply. Well, Bill, I think this is a win-win for you because either you're going to get a great drill session in or you're going to know not to waste your time. But regardless, you're not going to waste another hour with a bucket of balls standing by the net with false hope. That won't happen. So thanks for your question, Bill. I wish you a Merry Christmas, a happy, healthy New Year with punctual, consistent, and never canceled drilling sessions. Thank you for listening today. Happy holidays.